everyone. It's Penelope Rawlins here. I hope you're well and staying well and doing okay in these really very strange times. And I'm delighted to be here as part of the ABCs of Audiobooks in, I believe, Series 2, to represent the letter E, which is E for errors. We are now the proud owners of a whiteboard due to homeschooling, and I actually quite like it. Anyway, so E is for error, or as I tend to call them, fluffs. And this is not going to be a video about how to fluff more, of course not. It's about how to fluff less. So to be less fluffy and more fluent. Now, I've got one golden tip that once you apply it, I promise you that you will be fluffing less and being more fluent. But before I tell you that, I just want to go over the obvious stuff, like prepping your book. We all prep our books, of course, and obviously the more we prep them, the less errors we will make, particularly with words that we think we may have said out loud, but perhaps we haven't. I mean, I don't know about you, but there are a gazillion words that I have read but not necessarily ever said out loud. And I've also got like words that are kind of there created just to annoy me, like trajectory. Trajectory, yeah, hate it. I'm really sorry about whoever invented that word, but trajectory and I just don't get on. So I really have to warm myself up when I have to say those words. And I'm sure you've got a whole bunch as well. So lots and lots of prepping, and when we come across words, particularly in different languages, say them out loud, practice them out loud, because as soon as you start recording, you know that your tongue is going to get all tied and you'll end up fluffing, which we don't want, or we want less of. So I am now coming to my number one tip, my golden tip for fluffing less. And I promise you that when you apply this tip, you will fluff less. I don't even promise you, I guarantee you. In fact, no, I'm going to bet you. I am going to bet you 50p, it's a lot of money, 50p, that when you apply this tip, you will be less fluffy and more fluent. In fact, forget it, 50p, no. I'm going to bet you a lollipop. I want a lollipop from everyone that applies this tip and discovers that they are less fluffy and more fluent. Okay, are you ready? Are you sure? I think we need a drum roll. Here we go. That's the best I could do on an African drum. There's my drum roll. Okay. The Penelope Rawlins tip for being less fluffy and more fluent is, when you go into that studio, before you start recording, narrating, you're going to have your script in front of you, you're going to get all ready to start, and before you hit record, or before the engineer hits record, I want you to say to yourself, in your head or out loud, or whatever, I'm allowed to fluff. I'm allowed to fluff. It's that simple. That's all you say. I'm allowed to fluff. And this isn't being negative thinking here, like, oh, I'm going to fluff loads. No, this is just giving yourself permission to fluff, or talking about an E, to make an error. You're giving yourself permission, and you're taking the pressure off yourself, because it's so tempting to go into the studio and thinking, right, I mustn't mess up, I mustn't make any fluffs, I've just got to just narrate this completely fluently. And you're putting so much pressure on yourself that you end up fluffing a lot more than you normally would. So, there we go. You're allowed to fluff. That's my number one golden rule. And I look forward to seeing you all when we're through the other side of this bizarre time. And I am looking forward to receiving lots and lots of lollipops from you all. I'm sending lots of love. Happy narrating. Stay well, stay safe. And thank you for listening. Bye.